Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is GBay100. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Today, we are back with another video, another investing video, where today we're talking about cryptocurrencies. Should you invest in crypto? Should you invest in Bitcoin? Should you go buy Ether or something? Like, what are cryptocurrencies all about, and should you invest in them? I'm pretty excited for this. I understand. I'm also a little bit nervous about this video because I understand that there are a lot of cryptocurrency fans out there that are a little bit rabid and they get very angry at people that might say anything negative about crypto. I'm not going to try and bash crypto necessarily in this video, but I want to start this off with a little bit of an anecdote to help you guys understand the difference between buying a cryptocurrency and buying stock in a company, because that is a very important thing for you to understand before you get involved with crypto. Okay. So if you guys saw our video yesterday we talked about buying a business, about buying stock in a company and being able to value a company, understanding what market cap means, whether or not, you think the stock will go up, understanding certain stuff like how much money the company's bringing in, what their price to earnings are, understanding how quickly they're growing relative to their stock. But anytime you invest in stock or invest in a business, what you're doing is you're buying a part of a company and you're hoping that company is going to continue to bring in money, right? You're hoping that company is going to make more sales and make a bunch of money and reinvest the money back into the business and then continue making money and continue investing and continue being, something that grows in value over time. Cryptocurrencies aren't investing in the same way that buying a stock is investing. Cryptocurrencies are a part of something that you would probably call either currencies or commodities. And buying a commodity is different from buying a business. Warren Buffett uses a little bit of an example here. This is just an anecdote that he kind of uses to further explain and help people understand this idea. So let's go ahead and say, just for argument's sake, let's say that you have enough money to buy all the gold in the world, all right? Let's imagine that you struck it rich, you won the lottery or something, and you have enough money to go buy all the gold in the world. And that's something you can do. You can go buy every piece of gold there is on planet Earth. You can have it in a really large cube. It'll sit in your backyard. You can touch it. You can fondle it. You can, look at it, whatever. But if you have all the money in the world to buy all the gold that's out there, you also have that money that you could use it to go buy all the farmland that there is. You could go buy every farm there is in the world and, have this gigantic farming business. So which would you rather do? Would you rather go buy all the gold that there is, or would you go buy all the farmland that there is? Well, gold might seem like a really pretty and exciting thing, but 20 years down the road, that gold cube that you would have isn't going to change. That gold cube isn't going to, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to keep sitting in your backyard. Whereas if you go buy all the farmland that there is, then you're buying a business. You're buying something that's going to be producing crops. They're going to be producing crops, producing sales, expanding the business, right? It's going to be a constant stream of something that's actually making stuff versus that gold that's just going to be sitting there. And he kind of uses that as an example as to why you should buy stocks rather than just buy a commodity like gold. Now, that's the important distinction to make, right? Commodities are different from businesses because a commodity isn't going to be doing anything. It's just going to be sitting there. And when you buy something like gold, all you're really doing is hoping that the next person is going to be willing to pay more for it than what you did, okay? That's an important distinction to make between buying stocks and buying gold. And a lot of people will say that investing really only pertains to stuff like business, right? You're only investing if you're investing in a business that can grow. Whereas if you're buying something like gold, then that's called speculation. Or some people might use a much more negative term of gambling. But that's what you're doing, right? You're just speculating that the next person is going to be paying more for it than what you are, okay? So that's what trading commodities are, or speculating in commodities. And, you can buy gold. You can also speculate on currencies too. You can speculate that the US dollar is going to go up, or that the euro is going to collapse, or that, the Japanese yen is going to do well. And you can go trade currencies the same way that you can trade commodities or trade cryptocurrencies. But cryptocurrencies are really something that's in this realm of investing. Cryptocurrencies, you're not really investing in them the same way that you invest in businesses. You're kind of speculating that they're going to grow and become this not grow the way a business is, you're just speculating that they're going to reach mainstream adoption or that they're going to become this super valuable thing that everyone uses. The same way that some people are going to speculate gold is going to be a super value or a more valuable thing in the future. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying this to knock cryptocurrencies because there are people that make money trading currencies. There are people that make money trading currencies, and there are people that make money trading commodities like gold. Gold in particular, I would say there's still a lot of value here, but you have to understand the difference. I would say the most value that you can find in something like gold is using it as a hedge. I don't know how often you guys have heard the phrase hedging your bets. That's a phrase that means, if I expect something to do well, I still have a little bit of insurance, right? I'm hedging my bets because if it goes down a little bit. Okay, so here's an example. Sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained here, but here's an example, okay? Let's say that we go and we invest in, the bank we talked about yesterday, Fifth Third Bank. And this is the financial sector. We're expecting the banking world to do well and continue growing, and that's something that we can hope for, but we want to hedge our bets because what if the banks fail again? Well, we can buy a little bit of gold because generally speaking, gold is a good hedge against the financial sector. Back in 2007 and 2008, right here, this is when the big banking crisis, the big financial crisis occurred, and the whole financial world was going and had to get bailed out by the government, right? This was the big financial crisis, and you can see that gold's price skyrocketed because people suddenly stopped trusting paper money. They suddenly stopped trusting traditional currencies, and they thought that gold, which is something that's been used as a currency or that's been used to hold value for 5,000 years, they thought that, this is a safe place to put your money. So the value of gold skyrocketed as, this skyrocketed inversely to banks failing. So this is, I think, the best way to use certain commodities because there is value. Just because gold isn't going to produce anything for you doesn't necessarily mean that it's worthless. It does have a little bit of worth, and you can use it as something like a hedge. And I think this is the best way to view cryptocurrencies, all right? Cryptocurrencies can be used as a hedge against the traditional financial sector in a similar way. If we take a look at Bitcoin's chart and we go to the past 7 days, I don't entirely know what's going on in Europe right now. Apparently, Italy is in this giant financial crisis, and also the Turkish lira is crashing, I believe. I don't know too much about what's going on over there. I really need to read up on that more. But yesterday, you see that from May 28th to May 29th, the price in Bitcoin and almost all cryptocurrencies skyrocketed. And it skyrocketed because the euro was failing. It skyrocketed because Europe in general, if we go to Forex here, or just futures, it skyrocketed because the euro has been crashing and because there's a lot of uncertainty with the euro and with certain traditional financial institutions in Europe. So suddenly, the price of Bitcoin and many cryptocurrencies went up inversely to that. And I think that's really where cryptocurrency holds a lot of value for traditional investors, is you can use it as a hedge the same way that a lot of people use gold as a hedge. That's really where I would suggest, if you're interested in betting on cryptocurrencies, that's where you use it. But at the same time, I am not a big fan of cryptocurrencies. If we take a look at their chart, it's really not looking good for crypto right now. This really was a big bubble, and this is not a very pretty looking chart. We can get into technicals in another video, but this chart is like, I think, a descending triangle or something, which is not a good sign of the price continuing to rise. There's a chance that crypto continues losing value because it's been losing a lot of value recently. I mean, the price of crypto has been plummeting. In the past couple of weeks, crypto has lost like a third of its value. It's ridiculous how poorly crypto has been doing recently. And I do think that cryptocurrencies are a little bit overvalued right now. I do think that cryptocurrencies are, there's a lot of hype surrounding them, and there's been this big bubble that happened, but the bubble popped and suddenly prices have been plummeting for kind of good reason. I do think that there is a lot of value in cryptocurrencies when it comes to the technology, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of mainstream adoption of something like Bitcoin. There's this really interesting chart that I saw the other day. This is, hang on, let me pull this over here a little bit so it's easier for you guys to see. This is the chart of the energy consumption. There we go, kilowatts per hour. This is the energy consumption of one Bitcoin transaction compared to 100,000 Visa transactions, okay? So right now, I don't think Bitcoin is going to end up becoming like a mainstream currency in the immediate future. I do think there are a lot of issues that currently exist within cryptocurrency, a lot of issues with scalability. Currently, doesn't Bitcoin have just ridiculous transaction fees and stuff? Like, I'm not really a big believer myself that Bitcoin is going to be a global currency that we're all using in the future. But at the same time, I do think there is some value in crypto. I do think that, there's a lot of value in the technology here. There's a lot of value in blockchain and all that jazz. But I think you should kind of be a little bit hesitant to go and throw all your money into it, because this is just speculation. If you're going and throwing 100% of your portfolio into cryptocurrencies, you're really just speculating because, again, these are not businesses. Bitcoin is not a business that's constantly bringing in money and producing and growing and opening up new branches to sell whatever, right? It's just a currency that you're speculating on the same way that people might speculate on the euro or speculate on the US dollar or speculate on gold. There is a possibility of crypto growing and becoming a super big thing, and I do think that crypto probably is going to be something that we see a lot of in the future. But at the same time, to traditional investors, you can go throw all your money into this if you want to, and you might be able to get rich by doing that. But there's also a good chance that you will lose a substantial portion of your money, if not all of it. So I think you should really look at cryptocurrencies as a hedge currently and try and look into probably not Bitcoin. I don't know too much about every single cryptocurrency out there. There's hundreds of them now, but I think there are some cryptocurrencies that have been trying to fix the high transaction fees and the incredibly low. Doesn't it take forever for Bitcoin to actually transfer from like one account to another? I think that you can. There are certain, I forget, it might be IOTA, it might be Tron. There are some cryptocurrencies that are being built specifically to try and scale. And there are some cryptocurrencies that are trying to be built so that they don't have super high transaction fees and stuff. But I would be wary. The point of this video is really to say, be wary and understand the risks of cryptocurrency. If you really want to try and invest in cryptocurrency smartly, I would say don't invest more than 10% of your portfolio and try and be smart. Try and be safe, and don't just throw your money blindly into something because of hype of, oh, it's going to be this amazing big thing. Because I think there is a really good chance that Bitcoin is not going to be we're not going to have the Bitcoin dollar menu at McDonald's. We're likely not going to see that. There is a lot of value in the technology, but currently I don't think there's going to be mainstream adoption in the next couple of years. I could be wrong about that. I know a lot of crypto fans are going to say that I'm just completely wrong here, but I do think that, point of this video, be careful investing in this stuff. Use it as a hedge. That's probably the most responsible way that you can do it. I don't know, personally speaking, I don't know if I don't know really much about many different cryptocurrencies. I know Ripple is centralized. I know Ethereum is probably going to be a lot better than Bitcoin. I know that certain things like Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, right, aren't they trying to get rid of the transaction fees and the slow transaction times? And then I think it was IOTA or Tron that's trying to be built specifically for scalability. But I would probably suggest that you look for something that's trying to be scalable. Try and look for something that could actually survive if it reaches mainstream adoption, because I don't think Bitcoin would really survive and be useful as a very good currency if it ever reaches mainstream adoption. But anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts on cryptocurrency. I hope you enjoyed listening to this video. You can go ahead and disagree with me if you want. I understand if you do think that this is going to become a much more, popular thing in the immediate future. I think it's going to take a little bit longer for someone to really get crypto right to a point where it's going to reach worldwide adoption. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Also, one thing I want to leave you guys with is I'm going to possibly start doing some Q&A videos in addition to the 7 videos that we released during this investing week. So if you guys want to leave some questions in the comments down below, I will release like one main video talking about an investing subject every day, but I'll possibly also pair that with a Q&A video. So if you have any questions and you would like me to answer them in a video, feel free to leave them in the description or leave them in the comments down below. Anyway, though, I will go ahead and finish this video off with a quick little disclaimer. I'm not a professional. Don't take anything you hear someone say on the internet too seriously. I'm just a goofball. This is not professional financial advice. Invest at your own risk and be careful out there. You guys should make sure you're careful out there because there's a lot of ways to make a lot of money. Okay, there are a lot of ways that you can really make a lot of money out there, and I hope you guys do, but there's also a lot of ways that you can lose a lot of money. I invested a small portion of my portfolio into crypto recently and lost a lot of money right away. Crypto has really not been doing that well lately over the past couple of weeks, so be careful out there. There is a lot of ways to lose money. But anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed watching today's video. I will see you all in tomorrow's, but until then, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.